and welcome to Round Robin. We're here today at a special remote location. This is Ethereal Cupcakes in Peninsula Town Center, and we're going to talk with one of the two owners of that business. My guest is Loranzo Whitfield. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And thank you. I have to confess, this is my first time here. I've eaten your cupcakes several times, but I haven't actually been in the store myself. It is beautiful.
Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoy.
How long have you been here at Peninsula Town Center?
We will be here our anniversary is actually Black Friday of this year.
And let's talk just a little bit about your store and your premise. You make everything from scratch here.
Yes, we do. And we use some of the finest ingredients that you can purchase. For example, we use Fleur-de-Sel sea salt as opposed to regular sea salt. We use only Verona chocolates as opposed to like Hershey chocolates.
And what difference does that make in terms of quality or health?
Well, processed foods of all kinds, the body doesn't really know what to do with, so it just kind of hangs on to it. But all natural ingredients, the body knows how to get rid of. And dark chocolates are actually antioxidants, so it's better.
Now let's talk about that, because you do some partnerships with Heart Association or Susan Komen or one of those. You're very involved in the community. Tell me a little bit about what your store does.
Well, you know, I tell you, personally, I'm affected by the Susan G. Komen Foundation because my mom and dad both passed of cancer, even though we have no other history of it. So big supporters of that. We support Beyond Boobs, Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, the American Heart Association, the Food Bank. We try to help out in any way we can.
It's wonderful. You know, a lot of the stores in Peninsula Town Center are chains, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's nice to have a local, sort of homegrown, in Hampton kind of business. You're not from here, though. Tell me a little bit about your background, Loranzo.
We're from Rochester. Now, I was an engineer for Xerox for about 26 years. My wife was actually in the medical field as an ultrasonographer, and we got a job here in Newport News in the Hampton area at EPCI College, teaching the ultrasound. And that's what brought us here. Okay,
so did you then immediately retire? You stayed with Xerox for a while because you were on the road.
You know, I tell you, it's a lot of research, and of course the engineering background and gathering data helped me with that. But we settled on Hampton because it's just such a fun community. There's so much, such a transit, area. So many military people are in and out of here, and there's so much to see. I mean, you can go in any direction. You can see, the museums. There's just so much here, and just right across the street is the Mary's Park. So just a lot of history, things that here, and the people here are just great, But in my travels in Xerox, we were always looking for and always told that artificial colors, flavors are banned in every country I've ever gone to. So we began to try to find bakeries here that didn't use artificial colors, artificial flavors, preservatives, and we couldn't. So we thought, why not us?
Really? Did your wife have any baking experience? Did you have any baking experience?
We hire culinary chefs here, but I actually learned all my baking from my grandmother, which I think is still the best way.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that's wonderful. And I did notice your wife in the chef's coat, so I assume she does a lot of the baking now.
Yeah.
But how did you get your recipes? Did you work on them over time? Obviously, your chef, your culinary folks helped.
A lot of them came from my grandmother. Some of them came from myself. And then what we do as well is if a customer has an idea for a recipe and we accept it, their name goes into the bio and it stays there forever. So we have people who also bring in some of their family recipes, that they like. And we have a lot of celebrity chefs who come in to help bake with us in the kitchen. And sometimes we create cupcakes specifically for them.
I guess that's one of the differences too, is that your cupcakes become a little bit more of an experience. It's not just buying something in a bakery that's the same as everything else. It is part of the experience being here and seeing your kitchen, which is an open kitchen.
Yeah, and to build on what you said, that's what we're trying to shoot for. We really want our customers to not just come and experience what they would experience at a bakery, but to have an experience. We have a free Wi-Fi and a very non-intrusive environment. So they can sit here all day if they'd like to. We want to let them know they're welcome, and we try to make sure we provide the best customer service that we possibly can.
Well, what tips would you have for people who maybe want to try the entrepreneurial route?
In this economy, years ago, it used to be the American dream was to work for someone. Grow up, get an education, work for someone. And in every country I've gone to, they teach a very different philosophy. They teach their children to grow up, get an education, and work for yourself. And so I think that model is now happening more and more in the U.S. And it is struggles, but with anything, whether you work for someone or yourself, there are struggles, but these are your own struggles and your own headaches, and the reward of seeing something that you work for grow. And if the community embraces it, and that's what you live for.
Well, I hear you also have live entertainment here occasionally.
We do. We like to embrace the local community. A lot of talented musicians here. We have a young lady named Wendy, and honestly, she is pitch perfect. Just you gotta. She's someone you have to come and see.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful, and love your cupcakes and love having the community feel of this business in Hampton. So we thank you for joining us from Rochester, New York, and we appreciate it.
All the best.
And thank you for watching this episode of Round Robin. I hope you'll come by Ethereal Cupcakes and have a sweet treat. They're a delight. Thank you.